Good YouTubing, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this review. And as always, we'd like to thank our viewers and our subscribers, because without you, we're not us. So let's talk about Marvel Legends series, Marvel Studios Thunderbolts by Hasbro. We're going to talk about Belova and Red Guardian. Guys, let me know something in the comments. Are you a fan of the Marvel Studios Thunderbolts? Did you like the film or not? Let us know. And are you going to be picking up both 2-packs? Let us know. But right now, let's roll them off the stand and let's get started. And for our packaging, this is pretty basic. You can see that the colors are usually black, but this is more of a rustic look to it. Pretty cool. You have Marvel Legends series on the top corner, your warnings there. You can see the accessories and the action figure inside the bubble. You do have a yellow cutout in the back. There's a cutout there. I don't know if you want to take it out. You can if you want. If you've seen the first video, it's nothing nice, okay? And on the bottom here, you have Yelena Belova and you have Red Guardian, Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, Hasbro, and the Ages, right? That's the face. And if you take a look at the side panels, you do have Marvel Legends series, of course, Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, and you do have the pictures of them in the bottom there in the black and white look. The other side panel, you do have the same pictures. At the bottom, you do have Marvel Legends series, right? And of course, on the top, you do have Marvel Legends Studios Thunderbolts, right? Nothing really wild about this. And if you take a look at the back, there goes the same photos. It has some sayings there. You can pause that and read that if you like. There you have it. And that will do it for the packaging. Okay, so let's go ahead and give him a measure. On inches, he'll be just right under 6.5 inches. That's where he's at, and that's where he's standing. Okay, for Belova, we'll have her on the inches side. She'll be just right under 6 inches. Just a little bit under 6 inches. That's where she's at. That's where she's standing. And that's what we're working with today. So let's go ahead and scale them up. You see Juggernaut there. Of course, I've said this many times before. He does scale well with figures of this size. So let's go ahead and put Yelena here. There she is. Rather small, huh? That looks about right to me. And here is Red Guardian. Right? Okay, so let's go ahead and put the whole gang together. Here's Sentry. Put him right in front of Juggernaut. There you go. And of course, U.S. Agent John Walker, right? Here, how's this look right here? That look a little better? Okay, now you see how it looks. It looks really good. They look great together. I like that. But you get the idea. You see how the size comparison is to Juggernaut and all four of each other size comparison. It does look pretty good to me. Spot on. If you don't think so, give me something in the comments and let me know what you think is kind of off. Just let me know. All right, that'll do it. Okay, so let's take a look at the appearance. We'll start with Red Guardian first, and then we'll work on Belova there, okay? Oh, Red Guardian. Okay, let's get this lighting ready. I should have had it, but you know me. I'm always late with it. I think we're good. Okay, all right, here we are. Let's put some more here. Like a little bit of shine there. That way you can get inside the holes of the eyes and whatnot. Okay, Red Guardian. Okay, all red, of course. And you do have this tannish color, right? That's tan. Yeah, not white, but tan. And then you have your silver star. Nice. Look at this head sculpt. We've seen the other one. We're going to look at in the accessories. So we'll just do this for now. Okay, so the head sculpt here is very nice because you're looking at the helmet over his head that is molded on and then painted. Looking really good. You do have the eyes sunk in like it is on his face is on the helmet. Got a helmet over it. Nice. The bridge of the nose has a piece going over it as well. You do have his emblem on there. And of course you have some markings here, a little bit of detail pertaining to a helmet, right? There you are. Latches there with some silver painting. Ears are nicely there. The beard and some of his hair sticking out of the side there. That's realistic. So I like the way that is molded out and painted as well. And then you look at the buckle there, ears, hair coming out of the helmet. Very nice. Let's take a look at those eyes up close. There you go. Snug inside. Looking really decent, right? Not bad. Okay, let's go down to the shoulder area, neck area. You see the red there. You have some red graze material, collar, tan, buckle, and then your tan here, shoulders, which are PVC plastic. Thank goodness. You can move it. And this buck is the same buck as Walker's is. Walker and him have the same buck, I'm sure. I'm quite sure it's the same buck. Okay, here we are. Let's look at the back. There you go. Nothing fancy there, but some red and tan, right? You got some accents here. Different colors of red, burgundy-ish, red. You see it, right? Okay, looking on the back. You also have some more burgundy belt action. And you have the holsters for the pistols, right? Right there in the back there. They fit there snug, not bad. Looking at the front, you see the silver for the buckle straps. That strap on the front, and of course the buckle in the front by the diaper, right? Very funny looking diapers. Different color. Well, it's about the same color. It looks different. There you go. Pants have a little bit of detail to them. You do have different color reds. It's like a burgundy on a different kind of, like a burgundy color, maroonish color. But it on here, it looks really red, but if you look at it in hand, it's more burgundy. Okay, there you go. Some more accents there. And then your boots, you do have that cream color and black on the boots with some tread, right? Look at the hands. We're not taking these off because we look at the accessories. These are the hands we're gonna look at now. There they are. You see it, right? Pertaining to a glove. You have the openings there, opening in the hands, the fingers. And there you have it. And of course, there you go. And they are detachable and they do have latches, so that's cool. Nice little cream colored gauntlets. So it's not too bad. I do like the emblem in the middle. That shines very well. It's okay. It does look like him. It's him. It's not a bad look. You can't mess this one up too much, especially having the helmet on. But once we look at the one without the helmet, just his beard, we'll see how that looks as well. But that's gonna do it for the appearance of Red Guardian. Okay, so let's check out Belova. Let's look at her appearance. Not too much. Belova has a jumpsuit on, okay, right? So we know that's all one solid color. Jumpsuited, you're in. You got black accents. Not too crazy. We do like how it's bunched up. Don't know what buck this is, what reuse. It almost looks like a G.I. Joe reuse. I can kind of see that. Some Baroness or something. That's definitely reuse. But here we go. Let's go to the face. Okay, the hair is molded very well. And you're gonna have this, like she's dyed her hair blonde, and you're gonna have her roots kind of this brown color. You have it there, that's right. Like she needs to go ahead and re-dye that hair. You're late, because her roots are coming up. Okay, short hair, there you go. That looks good, not too hard to do. Let's look at the ears with the earring. You see it, not too bad. See if we get closer. There it is, other earring there. Okay, hair flowing over the head, that's nice. And then the eyes. Not too bad on the eyes, right? Nose looks proportioned, and the lips with the lipstick is good. Eyebrows and facial structure, neck too. Okay, so let's look at the jacket. The jacket looks like it's on well. If you're looking at the jacket, it actually looks like it's on because it just has this stuff coming out here like extra clothing or folded. It makes it look kind of realistic, like it's really on there. I like that. It looks like an actual jumpsuit. Not bad on that. Your shoulders here are, they're soft. They're not PVC plastic. They're ABS. They're ABS, but they go inside the shoulder, so that's what that is. Okay, so we see the suit's grazed, right? All right, on the arms as well. You do have that green shoulder pad, right? And there's your gauntlets there, gloves, fingers poking out of the gauntlets. Out of the gloves, and there's the other gauntlet. Okay, let's look at the back. The back has a hold for weapons, and of course she has the hold for a knife. And of course her pistol as well, and that's a black strap. The painting's good. Okay, let's look at the boots. There they are, all black. Carve up some laces on them, splash some black paint, and you're done. Tread. There you go. Let's look at the hands closely. There they are. Nothing special, right? Hands sticking out of gloves. Not as bad as we've seen earlier, right? Okay, so the figure looks really good on appearance. It's not bad at all, right? Face looks great. Eyes look good. It's fine. It's not bad. Like the jumpsuit. Oh, and the gold buckle in the middle. Forgot about the belt there. There you go. Not bad. Okay, and that'll do it for the appearance. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessories. For Red Guardian, you'll get 2 head sculpts, which is only 1. And you'll get 2 pairs of hands, which is only 1 pair. And you'll have 2 pistols. For Belova, you'll have 2 pair of hands, which is 1 pair of extra hands. And you'll have 2 batons, and the pistol and the knife. So the accessories are okay. It's nice that we're getting a few things here, but that's cool that it's got at least one of them with an extra head sculpt, I think. So let's take a look at Belova. Let's look at her stuff first. Okay, let's go ahead and look at her knife. The knife fits snug in her, she has a little sheath here, a little sheath, okay? Nothing to it, nothing really crazy, but here we are. There you go. There's your knife. Right, nothing to it. Right, nothing to it, that's a knife. Next up, we'll go look at her pistol. Okay, the pistol there, you see it there, fits snug on her hand. It's not too crazy. It doesn't look like it's too small or too big. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So here we are. There it is. There goes your pistol. Okay, very basic, but does the job, huh? All right, there you have it. Pistol. Okay. Next will be her batons. Of course, you get 2 of them. I'm only going to show 1. There's no point of 2. Of course, she has a placement for her back to have them on. You see that there? She has that part on her back where you put both of them on there. That's pretty nice. And here we are. There it is. Right? Baton. You get 2 of these. Look exactly the same. Got it? Okay. All right. And next, you'll get a pair of hands. Wow, a pair of hands, right? You see the hands that are on her? We already looked at those on the appearance. And here's the hands by themselves. As you can see there, they look pretty decent when she's in a pose, but check them out here. There we go. All right, that's very basic and plain. You get the glove, you put some detail to it, you get that paint your flesh color, paint your black, and there you have it. Seems like the fingers are sticking out. Not that great. The hands could do a little work to me, right? And that's the same on both sides. The other hand looks exactly the same. I'm gonna show you anyway, but look at it. I think it's a poor job, but there you go. It's all right. I'm not gonna crack on it too hard, but it's not that great. Okay, there we go. And that will do it for her accessories. So let's check out the accessories for the big guy. Get her on up out of here. See you later. Next up will be Red Guardian. It's a little different for him because you look at Red Guardian and he does have an extra head sculpt. So this is great. So let's look at the extra head sculpt first because I like it. So you see the head sculpt on him there. It looks really decent. Looks good. They did a real good job on the paint on that and everything. So let's look at it up close. Here you go. That's not a bad job. This is what I was thinking about when I saw the helmet. How well will they get this when it comes to doing the face? And they did just that. It's a really good job. The eyes are in, the eyebrows, the paint, even the paint on the head pertaining to his hair and his baldness. That is really good. The beard is good. I'm liking that a lot. You see the ears there. You don't have a lot of bad cuts. Back of the head. That's nice. The beard is on there and the mustache. Very good job on that, right? Can't complain there. That's good. Ears of proportion. Yep. Not a bad job. Impressed by it. Okay, so, and then he gets a pair of pistols. We'll just show one. As you can see, he holds 2 of those in the back there, which is pretty nice. He has them in the back holder there. You can take them out really easy and get to shooting, right? Well, here's one of them. You only need to see one because they're the exact same. You do have some pistol grip there. You do have some bullet functions. Very nice. You even have an, I don't know what that's not a scope, but that's a iron sight. That's what that is. And the wash on it's pretty good. It's black. It has a nice little finish to it, but it doesn't look too bad, right? Finger can go in there and rest on the trigger easy. Nice. And that's the same on the other gun as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the extra pair of hands that he gets. I mean, the ones that he has on him are good, but then he gets a second pair and that's all he gets. Kind of a bummer, but you see them there. They look okay. That's what he gets for extra hands, I guess, for holding the guns or whatnot. But that's what he has. So let's take a look at the hand that can hold the pistol at snug. Here it is. Now the hands here are not bad. Not like the other characters here, because look, at least they're, you know, molded out and then painted, because you got the nails, you have the glove painted and makes the fingers like they're coming out, because you can see the paint. If you look real closely, you can see the paint running over the red there. That's to pertain to a finger. But it looks better than the other hands that look like they're holding cheese and they just dip their hand in some cheese. That's just crazy work. But this will do. Lat system, of course. Not a bad job, right? And the other hand is in a punch hand. And this is what I'm talking about dipping in cheese. You make it great here, right? That's nice on top of the red. That is really a good job. Even looks like it's got a little thickness to it. And then you dip your hand in some cheese right here. That is terrible. That is terrible. And you know it. Okay, so that's it on that, okay? And that'll do it for the accessories. Okay, for the pros and cons. Let's put the lights on them there. Yes. For the pros and cons, let's go with the cons. Cons are, he gets an extra head scope. That's what they all should have had. It's great. She does not. Why is that? That is terrible. Give us an extra head scope. Give us more weapons. Give us more effects. Give us some more effects. We'll be happy. But my pros are the figures look really good. The articulation is not that bad. I do like the paint job on the figures. And they stand pretty decent from what we see so far. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and give these two figures a 4 out of 5 stars. Guys, let me know what your stars are. And you guessed it. You can get it at Walmart.com. Just check out Walmart.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out. And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoyed watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.